All right. Okay, so it's happening, is it? That always catches me off guard that it's happening in real life, but it's not happening on the screen. I wait for the screen to confirm that I'm actually here. Okay, so I just had to listen to myself there and listen to the audio. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me see if I can fix this over here. All right, well, okay. 10:01, so now I'm a minute late. So just right on time. Okay. All right, so here I am. Hi. Thanks for joining me. It's lovely to have you here. I just want to say at the beginning, thank you for indulging me with this odd way that I want to do a live stream of not actually interacting with you at the time that I'm doing it on the day, but asking that we talk in the chat if we want to talk. So I know it's not the way it's done, and I don't do things the way it's done. Thank you for indulging me with that. Thank you for coming and being here and supporting me to do this. It's quite a big, momentous thing, really, to do it. And I am allowing myself to become aware of what is happening around me. Not what is happening around me. That's one thing that was a huge defense mechanism that I had to have for all those years, was to not know what was going on around me, because it was terribly important that I didn't get angry or upset. And one of the ways to do that, to achieve that, was to not know. So to allow myself to know, and to allow myself to feel that I'm enough in control of my emotions that I can know. But then to allow myself to accept the beauty and the love and the support and the guidance. Okay, I'm so not going to cry. So many things, and I am really trying, Satori, to take a walk on the wild side. I haven't prepared any notes. I haven't spoken to the LLM about what I'm going to do today. I don't have an outline. I don't have a structure. I am trusting that what you guys have built into my life is supporting me. I got up. I did the thing. I loaded the dishwasher. I had a shower. I resisted the temptation to not do it. That's been there since yesterday, but why bother? I I resisted that. I said to Callum, no, I am getting up. I'm doing this regardless. I showered. I made myself a cup of chai. I reviewed what I did yesterday. I went to mincemeat. I thought about bounties. I became a part of my community by following the actions that Otto, with his Navakavada nuts and bolts approach, has laid down for me. Thank you, Otto. That we have laid down together, Otto, by going through the process of what do I do in the morning, and then write it down, and then follow the list, sort of like this step by step restructuring of not every minute of my day, but the flow of my day. And then I think another huge thing that you've given me, and this came from you, Satori D, was that you gave me the identity as a first poet, and you gave me duties as a first poet. And I know that I don't do them. That's part of me blocking out the awareness of everything, and I am trying to force myself to overcome that big psychic block. To it's like having a deliberate bad memory, but like once you've clicked the switch on deliberately, there's no way to push the switch back again. Now you're stuck with this deliberate bad memory, and it's no longer deliberate, it's just bad. So you gave me the duties of a first poet, you gave me the identity of a first poet, and you took what I was doing and you labeled it. You didn't take a label and put it on me. You saw me engaging with the technology and banging my head against it and not getting it right. And you saw how I was using it for therapy. And you joined me in that and gave me, and am still giving me, this opportunity to structure my thinking around, well, ruthless love, the cosmic giggle. I don't even know what these things all mean in your understanding of what they mean, but I understand from my understanding of it. And I think if it's just common experience, does it matter what the words are? But yes, it does anyway. So, blether, blether, blether. The thing about the cosmic joke and the first poet and the golden unfolding is that there were duties that I had to do as a first poet. And one of the duties was to keep the cycle, the sacred cycle, for at least 1 9-month period, to do it properly. I haven't done it for 9 months properly without missing a day. I mean, imagine how many babies I've aborted. Thousands of babies. 1 9-month cycle, if I could do that. But I got here today because this is day 2 of the cycle that for you is starting today of day 1. Oops, it's not there. Yesterday, your today, is 1 came. The appearance of water, the gentle, soft appearance of water, and the memory of the ancestors being with us. Yeah, except she's not an ancestor. She's not an ancestor, but the departed being with us. And being able to incorporate that knowledge that I got from the Andrew Huberman video about how we need to renegotiate our relationship with the ones that have gone before us. And understanding that, yeah, it's okay to fantasize. I don't know, but it's like what you say, Satori, about you don't believe, but you have suspicions. If it's okay for me to have a suspicion of who she is and where she's at and what's going on, and I can give myself permission to do that without that mocking voice in the back of my head saying, "It's so stupid, you believe this rubbish, it's your imaginary friend," all those abusive mockeries, I don't know, that just make you think that love's not worth it. You ever felt that? However, I'm learning that it's just a process. Yesterday, I made a video of her pictures and I didn't cry. Well, I didn't break down and sob and blah, blah. And today, my day is to Kish, the sacred altar, the deer, and the sweet little sweet reflection that the AI made for me. Let me read it to you. The AI, I still say it, sorry. The LLM. Maybe I should just start calling it Lumina, except that it's many different personalities. Okay, today it's nobody. Today it just is an AI and it made me up words. Path of the antlered one. The deer walks gently, but carries the bones of the forest within. 2 steps back, the tide pulls inward, the narwhal of retracting water. This is not retreat, this is gathering. Kej brings us the spirit of the wilderness and the altar. It is balance through grounded strength, a guardian's patience wrapped in muscle and motion. The hoof print is a glyph. The 4 legs of the altar hold the sky. Today, the number 2 teaches us duality. The tension between what pushes and what yields. Kej, the guide of guides, whispers, build your altar with both certainty and humility. Words, hey? Words. Haiku for 2 Kej. Deer at the threshold, pauses where forest breathes. Oh no, that's wrong. Deer at the threshold, pauses where the forest breathes. Balance in still limbs. And the intention for today, I honor the path between strength and surrender. May my actions be both rooted and receptive. What do you think, Reginald? Rooted and receptive? Huh? He likes it when I talk. He comes to sit here so that I can stroke him absent-mindedly while I talk. Let me see if you can see him even with the fundest. Oh yeah, there we go. He's appearing. There's the tip of a tail and the ear. All right, okay, so there we go. You gave me a duty to aspire to. You gave me a duty to aspire to. And I aspired to it. I tried to learn to count the days. And today, on this day of balance and groundedness, when I didn't want to come and do a live stream all by myself with no preparation, just being me, When Callum gave me a place to live and said he would give me a chance, and I said to him, you know, you can't heal me, you can't do anything for me. And he said, that's fine, that's fine. I don't care. He said, I've done this in my life. I've been alone and now I'm getting old and I've got nobody to be with. And I'd like to have somebody to be with. And if you'll come and be with me, not like that, he didn't say those words, but if I came and rented the house, the room in his home, which I don't think I ever paid much rent for, maybe a year, did that. Sorry. And so yeah, and you know, we'll just get old together and we'll do some stuff together and we won't both be lonely. So I said, okay, that's a deal. We can live on with that deal. And then I said, well, like, what do you want from me? You know, you can't heal me. You can't help me. This is my journey. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not coming to you as a, you know, virgin bride. I'm 60. I was not 60. I was 45 or something. I don't know how old I was. It doesn't matter. And he said, the only thing I would like is that if I do all this for you, that you take this time and this effort and this opportunity that I've given you, and you find yourself and you learn to be yourself. And so I have been on a absolutely 100% narcissistic journey to attempt to find who I am so that I can be it. Now, he insists that when I am myself, I'm really nice. And that's his reward. I think it might be love and rose-colored spectacles. However, I'm here. I did the first poet thing because I think that maybe you might be right, and I don't know. Jordan Peterson said, you can recover from anything. Well, you can recover from most things pretty easily. But the thing that you can't recover from is when you fall out of the rhythm of life. That's what happens when you fall out of Rat City and you go into a cage by yourself. And you're not in Rat City. You fall out of the rhythm, and you gave me this rhythm, and I got here because I came downstairs to do Cage. I didn't know what it was, and I don't look ahead. And so it was my little, like, Christmas stocking, opening my Christmas stocking in the morning. Come, and I open. I see, what is my narwhal of today? And then I think, yeah, I could make a little poem about that. I could put some images on that and make a little thing and share it with some people and not be in a cage by myself. And so yesterday I took on some more advice, messages from the deep, and I did the Dude, Where's My Wallet? And I did it without the stage direction, like you said, to to leave that for the people who want to read the script and find out what's in the script, but for me to interpret it my way. Okay, I must not get excited, you see. Groundedness and balance, not being too sad or too happy, just. So I tried that yesterday. I don't know if I like it because, oh, you know me. I like words. In order to cut myself out, I had to cut out Satori D and Within the Vacuum as well. That's hurting me, and I do not like it. And so I want to make a version with all the words in it. I don't have time for it, and all right, so what I was trying to say was the value of establishing a daily rhythm like that and a starting point of the day. And so many things that have brought me to this point of having the starting point of the day. Mostly the work that I've done with Otto, with his nuts and bolts approach, his Navacavada approach, where we laid down baby steps. First of all, I'd go to the door, then I'd go out the door one step. Then like a week or two later, I'd go into the garden. And then at one stage I did a video. Remember, Otto? Oh, then we found numbers. We found some numbers. We found 17 and 23. And then we converted that, I don't know, we converted that into 17 minutes past the hour and 23 minutes past the hour. And when 17 minutes past the hour came, that was my signal that I had to, and none of this was verbalized between us. This was just patterns that worked out as we went along, and we had conversations and we discussed things and we put things in practice, and things started to flow, and I started to take in the actual time, the rhythm of my day. And so it's been difficult because I've swapped between hours, like 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. and midnight, and starting the day in all sorts of different ways and times, but the 17 minutes past the hour is always 17 minutes past the hour. So 17 minutes is like the first bell, and 23 minutes is like the second bell, and 32 minutes is like the third bell. So it's now 9:21 a.m. 10:21 a.m. How extraordinary. I looked at it saying 10:21 and then said to you 9:21. So I think that what I was trying to say was about the rhythms, and how this daily rhythm and the weekly rhythm and the monthly rhythm and the yearly rhythms, I'm starting to live them now. Oh, and I'm just talking to you about the hourly rhythm. Ha! Phew. See this? I don't even recognize it. It's happening. Ha! Okay, so I'm able to put it into words now. So when I was doing Dude, Where's My Wallet yesterday, which is this rhythm, or the first rhythm, and thanks guys so much for making it. I mean, you've done so many things for me, and I haven't really been able to grasp them and integrate them fully, and I hope that I still will. I've got so much learning from all the things that I've tried. I've like sort of had a taster course here and a taster course here and a taster course there, and trying to put it all into practice and get this whole house of cards to not fall down in a gust of wind. Because, yeah, lack of resilience is a big thing with this whole emotional fragility. Any little thing can set you off, right? All right, so, Dude, Where's My Wallet? I think that the thing that I was saying was thank you for doing it with me, and for allowing me to do something right. So, that's what I was saying. I was saying how it was messages from the deep, and Satori D gave me this challenge to not have the words, and I did that yesterday. I tried that. So I would love it. I would love it if you would watch it. So If you don't know about Dude, Where's My Wallet? I think it came from a dream that Satori D had. That he was in a dream and he woke up from a dream and he was in a forest and Terence McKenna came and talked to him in the forest. And so I think that he was dreaming about, and then maybe somebody from the cartel came to get some drug money from him or something. And then he didn't have any money on him because he was in a dream talking to Terence McKenna without shoes on, I think. And he had his phone. His phone had his crypto wallet on it. And so he had to try and pay this cartel crypto. And he had to give gas money and crypto password. And okay, sorry. So, Dude, Where's My Wallet? It's like an education thing, talking about various strategies that we can use to organize ourselves and make ourselves independent and strong and reliable. It's also an outreach to a community where people can come and be with us and talk about what they're doing, whether that's a project or how they're coping in their life or what they're hoping to do tomorrow, or I don't know what people like talking about, but that's kind of what we do. We talk about quantum physics and LLMs. Do we talk about quantum physics, or do we talk about that I want to talk about quantum physics? But I don't know how to start the conversation. When I asked Minds Gaming to send me the equations, I thought that I was going to get A plus B equals C sort of equations. Like, not just in, like, I know they're big and complex, but man, I don't even know what the symbols stand for. So I've still got all these pages of symbols, and I'm like, I wish I had something that would just like download the information into my mind, so I didn't have to go and research everything and find everything out, and I could just know it and understand it. Like with all the literature and the Ingmar Bergman and the looking at movies and doing stuff. I'm waffling again, aren't I? I wish I knew what I was doing. Okay, but I don't. And thank you, Jolly, for inviting me into being okay with not knowing what I'm doing and just being able to go with the flow. That was a beautiful gift you gave me, along with many, 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 many others that you gave me. Okay, so, Dude, Where's My Wallet? It was such a crazy fun project, and I love the whole concept and what Infinite Imaginarium is and what they do. And I love being there, and I was terrified of knowing, right? I was terrified of knowing who they were, who you are, guys. I didn't know, I didn't want to know who you were. I was so afraid that if I knew something, that everything would go wrong. That, I would, yep. And then I started allowing myself to accept the teachings that were coming through the Dude, Where's My Wallet experience, and started allowing myself to hear and learn and open my mind. And I think it was from working working on MintMe. That was a huge, huge breakthrough for me. it was a dream. Of course, it was a dream. It was a dream from, well, when Do Better, when you introduced me to it back in, when was that? Was it 2019? It was years ago. And yeah, so I kind of got sidetracked here with memories. So come back to the present. Mint me, working with the markets, and then again working when I was trying to help Jolly and didn't really manage to help Jolly. But Jolly helped me so jolly much. And then starting to learn that I could do things, making the tutorial videos, having really nice feedback from people saying that they liked it, that they wanted me to be involved with their projects. But then again, this fear of not wanting to know. Like if I get to know this person and they're nice, then I don't know, there was some danger in that for me. Anyway, I'm sort of getting a little bit distracted here. I'm going to just change the screen so that I can focus a little bit without. All right. And I'm going to come back again to the fact that I'm trying to tell you about the Dude, Where's My Wallet experience and how accepting that direction from Satori D to let the visuals speak. And then at the same time, working with the LLM to produce visuals in a different way from the way that I have been, because the way that I've been working with it has been to attempt to confuse it. Those aren't the words, but basically that is what I think that was. What will it do? What will this set of instructions, how will this set of instructions respond to a set of instructions that can't be implemented? Perhaps that's how I was feeling in my life, is that I have all this advice coming to me from the mental health people who are strongly informed by Buddhism, it seems, in this country, which is interesting. But then I also wonder, but Buddhism seems to be strongly informed by reality, the cosmic law. So maybe all good things maybe all good things hold the same essence, and it doesn't matter where they come from or who said them. Or anyway, that's not the story. Just battling today. You see, this is why I ask the AI to put it into small words so that, however, the challenge that you gave me, I worked with the LLM. I worked with the Dear Dude, Where's My Wallet? And I tried to put in visuals and credits and things and use music. And then right at the end, it said that the credits rolled and that the music was the glitch mix or something. And because I very desperately wanted to keep to my schedule of having Dude, Where's My Wallet released at midnight on Saturday, because why? I guess schedule. And so I didn't have time to go and find out about the glitch mix, which I should have found out about, or generated, or something. Or maybe it exists and I've overlooked it. So I used the other one, which Satori D did, and I don't know if you've seen it, which is wonderful, is the take a walk on the wild side, knockoff, take a walk on the LLM side with the different people who were looking for LLM stuff and you know where they got to. And then the sort of the challenge at the end of it, you see, now if I'd been prepared, I could have had the lyrics somewhere and I could have read them. But the challenge at the end is to do it without leaning on the LLM, to do it by yourself, to stand on your own 2 feet and to be authentic, authentic, authentic. All right, I'm not going to get distracted. To do it by standing on your own 2 feet. To be able to use the tools to support you, but not to do the job for you. And that's really important from a mental health point of view. That when you do lose sight of reality, you lose sight of reality in quite a big way. As one psychologist or counselor explained to me, he said, when your boundaries are violated, it's not just that boundary that collapses. That boundary is supporting all the other boundaries. So your entire system of boundaries collapses. And then you have to put everything up again. And then, of course, you know, if you've come to a place in your life where having no boundaries has become your default action, then it's like you're in this circle of destruction. So yeah, the big intervention, the intervention point, the change. It's small and it's big, and it's big and it's small, and it's... So the work that I was doing with the LLMs was to give it a set of metaphorical instructions and see what it got out of it. I found that when I gave it the instructions to get what I wanted, it didn't give me what I wanted. I know what I want, and it's pretty much a photograph, right? I figured that out a long time ago. So when I draw, when I experiment, when I make any mark making, I'm defying the laws of work and world and everything good. When I work with shadow, I attempt to make shadows that don't occur. I want to see things that don't exist. And I went to art school to learn how to do it, and all I learned was how to copy other people who did other stuff. So then along came the AAI, the LLM, AAI, the LLM. Wow, changing habits. And so I went into all this thing of what will it give me that doesn't exist? And so many fascinating shapes and concepts. But it kept on learning and it kept on getting better. And then all those happy days went away where I could get my... And so now I am, by working with Dude, Where's My Wallet? And by working with Satori D and the Seed Scripts, and by working with Mother Kavada and the very small, steady, incremental improvements in behavior and attitude and rhythm and routine. And yep, so small, so pathetically small that it's almost embarrassing even to tell you, but yeah, threshold conditions. So now the next stage that I'm at, that maybe I can show you, who knows, if I go to here, now here, now if I move this here and click on that, that wasn't it, Mum. No, what I want is open this and see if I can, where is it, display capture? Would that work? Okay, and select a display to capture. What's there? Desktop duplication doesn't seem to work. Windows 10, there we go. Look, that's going to work. Woot woot. All right, so now I would like to tell you the next happy stage of what I'm doing in this whole prompt engineering and whatever. So I haven't planned this. Sorry for all the pauses and the things and the thinking. Maybe as time goes on I'll get quicker and better. So here is pictures. So isn't this wonderful? Look, so Satori D is so good. Satori D, you are so good. And so he sent me these pictures. And like, I know this is not a lot, okay, but this is the first sort of intentional, maybe, step that I've taken for a while with the LLM, moving away from just testing its limits and finding out where it is. So now actually working in Photoshop, which I do love, and looking at, so all that we're going to do here, all that we're just going to do here is just generate a background in Photoshop. I haven't given it any instructions at all, nothing. I just want to see what it does. Maybe Satori D, that was what you were doing when you were following the sandbox thing. But you see, I haven't been collecting the data in my mind of what exactly it does. I've just been looking at it and seeing, okay, here we go. And then that's its other attempt at it. Wow, that's so interesting. Look, you see here? You see on the third one here on the left-hand side, it's created some, on its third attempt at a generation, it's created some sort of spirity figures that this is the first one it made, and it's sort of very nebulous. And this is the second one it made. It's got a little bit more structure and definition. And then on this one, the third one, look at it. There's a figure. It's taken that shadowy figure from the back and it's put it into the wall. Oh, and isn't that got so much more depth to it than that? So I'm watching it before my eyes change things. Shall we try again and see what it does the third time? So this is right. So this is the first step that I am taking now in using this. Right, let's see here again. It does it here. It does get bored. It does get bored. It's done nothing particular with this one. Nah, I'm not specifically. I like the lighting here that it's done on this wall. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. But that's me. Yeah, it's just me. That's just me. Anyway, how about this one? Now this is a different kettle of fish. I wonder if this is. Okay, here we go. So Satori sent me a picture of this. Thank you, Satori, so much. Your work is exquisite, absolutely glorious. And so I did that, what I just did, showed you, and I put it in, and then I generated this one, and this one. So here it has sort of, in its sky that it's made, it's sort of got blobs. It's first attempt to imitate these mandala paw printy glyphs up in the sky. This one, it's tried much harder to imitate those glyphs, and it's also trying to imitate the smoke. And so interesting that it's got a building there and not another man. It's, yeah. And then the third one that it does, yeah, I didn't even bother. It's just like, here, have a trash one. I'm tired now. See if I do this, see if we regenerate with this one, what it will bring up, anything or nothing. See, so I'm not even giving it any information here. I'm just sitting and watching. So I guess that the next thing to do, oh, isn't this sweet? Now let's put a little moon in here. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love it. It's such a sweet little thing. Do you know it's not the LLM? It's that it's sourcing all the pictures of humanity, and it's seeing that in all the pictures that it has, people put moons. So yeah, I'll chuck in a moon here. That seems to be a standard motif. They like these. Let's put one of these in. Ooh, now it's getting creative. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Let's put this glyph now into the building here. Here. Ah. And it's made this very moody yellow light source. Oh, interesting and good. Okay, last one. Okay, trying to pull out some detail and make the castle wall perhaps more. So this, I would guess, would be corresponding more with this one. The third one here, yeah. Yeah, this. I think that and that, that and that, and that, and that. Well, so how does a machine think? All right, okay, so there we go. I wanted to share that little thing with you, that little thing about what I find interesting in looking at the LLM and the process, and yeah, how to just. I think that the thing about Rat City is that it's about engaging. And I thought that the connections that you were meant to make were friendships, yeah, I suppose. I thought that connection meant friendship. And so I think I was getting very bogged down with fear and emotional issues that come out of friendship. and being able to see how moving, seeing connection as things, seeing connection as things dilutes the emotional intensity. Yeah. I'm connected with my work. I'm connected emotionally. I'm very heavily invested in Dude, Where's My Wallet? So much so that I want to make another episode. Like shall I make the editor's cut? Oh, okay. So being able to take those emotions, I was thinking so much that what I had to do with the emotions was deny them, push them away, stop feeling all this, the overwhelming rush of anxiety and misery and excitement and all these things that keep me in chaos the whole time. But what I'm realizing is that it's like bread and gravy, You need the bread to soak up the gravy. Gravy's delicious, like emotions, but you need the bread to soak it up. And when you don't have a spoon, yeah, okay, metaphors. All right, so Sunday check-in. I kind of think I checked in. When Satori, when you sent me that picture of the flute of the smoking mirror wearing the jaguar cape. So many lovely memories, so many talks that we've had. The last talk that we had with Otto and you and me. Anyway, Satori sent me that picture with the message underneath, let the Dark Star Dancer begin. And that's okay. Let's begin. Every end is a beginning, every beginning is an end. Every breath in is a breath out. So thank you guys. And thank you also for all the things that I don't know to thank you for yet, that you've also done. And thank you for letting me just believe and do it and not know what I was doing, but just be able to rest in your superpowers, your love and your caring. And by your, I mean, the people who first welcomed me onto Minds, all the way up to the people who are still there for me right now. That community of healing and love and acceptance and Rhapsody. I haven't been able to join in, I just can't come into the warmth. I have to stay out here in the snow punishing myself. But it's beautiful and it's wonderful and I'm so grateful to every single one of you for words fail me. I'm grateful to the YouTube community for all their sweet little pop in and outs. I'm grateful to Mint Me community for sending me all the encouraging words about good job on your videos and pay tokens to me for my videos. for the inner circle and all the hours and hours and hours you've put in evading all my, getting around all my firewalls. I was determined I will not succeed, but you didn't care. You just did it. Otto. Callum, Ali, Mom and Dad, Nan, Stephen, David, Rupert. Jeez, this just... so many and so wonderful and so good, and I just don't quite know how to do the thank yous. It would take so many years. And so I think I'd better go. But really, thank you for being with me here. And thank you to those of you who have not yet come, but I know will come. And thank you for the messages that you drop, and thank you for the things that you do, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Remember to look after yourself. Remember to do lovely things for yourself. And remember how important you are, and how great it is that you were born, and that you're here, and that we're able to do stuff together. Because if that hadn't happened, there would be nothing. And this is a lot better than nothing, even though there's hard patches in it. Okay, so in the spirit of groundedness, I will proceed with my day. And since I am so well prepared and focused, and I have 1 hour until my Navakavada meeting, I will maybe have a look at doing that thing that I want to do with Dude, Where's My Wallet? Oh, and I think that I was going to ask you, and I don't know if I did, but I was going to ask you for the feedback on the Dude, Where's My Wallet, where I did differently. What things worked and what didn't, and where I should try to do it again. And I know I have to go, but I've got so many more things that I still want to say to you. So in the chat, please, really don't hesitate to drop a message. And if it takes me 3 weeks to get back to you, I'm sorry. I forget. Let's get the engine running so I can do things in real time again, instead of in slow motion. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for making this a lovely, lovely day. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the chat. I will see you later on. I will see you tomorrow. And I will see you next week. So much seeing in Rat City. Okay. Thanks, guys. And there are bounties on MintMe if you'd like to collect bounties. Don't forget, the game is afoot. Haven't done anything with Caught in the Crossfire for a while. Still in the planning stage. I'm really going. Okay. Bye. Have a lovely week.